Gosh, imagine my family. Hey.
I was getting ready to one thing. I was like, the after hours girl. Like, why can't I ever get any time in the daytime? I'm like, Max, you don't even want to mess with me after.
Yeah, no. Oh, it's a time zone thing. Part of it. Most of it's a no. I like that. It's just everything is really scheduled because if I don't schedule stuff, it just
Don't
gets
get it done.
all, I just don't end up getting anything done. So I have like all these like time blocks,
Mhm.
throughout the day, and I just have to turn my phone off and get my work done.
I got so much to share with you, round uppers. Greetings, class. Greetings.
Greetings.
I can't wait. I'm gonna do a live later today, class. Not right now, but I had to go back to court today because a piece of paper didn't show up on my eviction writ of possession, Max. Just crazy. I'm like, didn't you catch that when I was in court 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Round up family. Welcome, greetings. This is Chris Haskins. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Today, I'm gonna get to hang out with my boy Max Keller, super entrepreneur. Where you at, Max? By the way, I know you told me before.
Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, a lot of money down there, bro.
Well, a lot of people moving here. Our population's doubled, since the latest expansion. And I think last year, more people moved to Dallas, Fort Worth than any other city, including like New York City and some of the really big ones. So
Man,
we take it for granted because we're just used to seeing like just buildings everywhere and so many people moving here. But it is very different than most places.
when I was there last year, I'm like, I mean, everywhere I turn is a new highway. You got skyrise highways. It's truly unbelievable.
It's big.
So Max is going to be doing a special training on Thursday, my rounduppers, 2:00 Eastern Standard Time. Max is very methodical with his approaches to being an entrepreneur, and the dude reads a million books, which he shared a lot with us. And hopefully Max will come on and do some book stuff too later, right?
Sure, whatever you guys need.
So Max, the 3 reasons, Thursday, 3:00, the 3 reasons we're not hitting our cash flow goals and how to fix it. Tell us, first of all, why is that important to you?
I think most people, including me, are trying to reach, some kind of freedom number. I mean, some folks who are, they don't want to work anymore. They just want to retire in leisure, and just chill. Some people want to just have more choices, more freedom. So I think it always kind of comes back to that. And I've caught myself like in previous entrepreneur life, running around, spinning my wheels and, saying yes to everything and just not really understanding how to master and evaluate good opportunities from like just, average ones. And so, we just don't have that much time on the planet. We have to be really purposeful with our time. And so if you're not hitting your cash flow goals, you don't have choices. I'm hitting my cash flow goals now. I'm not going to teach anything that I don't do every day. And I wrote a book on net profit. And this is what we're going to go through, one of the like activities that's in it that'll show you something that I think everybody I've shown it to, they've never seen it before. So.
It was cool. You briefly shared it with me, and I could just feel my brain firing. Different things, the questions that it asks us to consider, to ponder, to almost idealize. I put it in an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Is it this? Is it doing that? What about this? I had never seen anything like that.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm really excited to share it with people. I mean, really folks who are going to get a lot of value out of this. They're, people who, when new opportunities come along, it takes a long time to figure out like how good of an opportunity it is or not. If anybody on here is like a visionary, they have shiny object syndrome and they're always like, I'm interested in this. Now I'm interested in that. You can kind of bounce around like that your whole life and never really master anything. And so this is for entrepreneurs who want to get really serious in 2020. They have, 3 or 4 ideas or things they're working on, and they really want to like drill down to something. And so we're going to teach you how to do that. And, like I said, I've been doing it. And when I started doing this, you can really go from being, cash poor to cash rich.
No, give us a background a little bit, Max, about where you learned this from. I remember you mentioning that you were hanging out with somebody.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Yeah. So, honestly, it's kind of a lot of people. So what I found is that, folks, I want to share
You can share
Bible
your
quote
screen.
with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, man. Hit it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, I just started reading the Bible. I'm not
Me
up
too.
there acting like I've been reading it my whole life. I just started reading it. I love it. All the answers are in here. And there's two things. So Proverbs 18:2 says, fools take no delight in understanding, but only in displaying what they think.
Mhm.
So like the book of Proverbs is amazing. Like my coach told me to read this for about a year and I kind of resisted. I don't really know why. Probably the devil, honestly.
The
And
enemy.
now, but really, really getting wise and getting that wisdom is, 15 2, the tongue of the wise pours out knowledge. But the mouth of fools spews folly. So that's really kind of summarizes where I got this from is, I started talking to people who are wise, who really knew what was going on. They had, $1 million businesses for many, many years. They just had a lot of experience and a lot of wisdom. And when I started to talk to them and interview them and go into business with them,
Mhm.
I just saw like the same common themes over and over. And so, yeah, one of my friends moved to another country and I met with him and he kind of showed me his, the way that he looks at deals. Another source is Keith Cunningham. He's in Austin, Texas, not too far from me where I went to college. And he writes books about business and he talks about questions. So it's not like one source. It never is. Your journey is always like a combination of
Research.
talking to a lot of people and just kind of putting it together in your own version. So I've distilled it down to 10 really simple questions. So anytime somebody asks me to do something or they present an opportunity, I just run it through these 10 questions and then I get a lot of clarity. Like, Chris, how important is it for the people who are listening and for you to know like exactly what's the most important thing you should be doing right at this very moment? Like,
I mean, that's a 10.
it's so important. And so few people have that. I didn't have that for like I've been doing full-time real estate for 4 years. I've been involved in it since 2005, but being full-time, I'm sorry, let me turn my phone off. I'm sorry. Hey, this is a real show, real talk.
Round up. Thanks for joining us. My boy, Max Keller, I was eating dinner with him about a month ago. The man pulls out a picture of him and Rober Kiyosaki. I'm like, who in the world am I hanging out with? Go, Max.
No, here, let me turn off. I have like 48,000 different alarms that all signal different things throughout the day. And it's like really weird or stupid, but here's the deal. Okay. You have to flip and get control of your time. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money. It's just that simple. All my friends and me. I mean, I'm making money. I don't need to tell everybody how much money I make. I'm doing great. Okay. My book is being licensed nationwide. I have a mobile home investing and education business. I'm doing EXP realty. So like, I'm doing great. Okay. But the point is like, if you look at a man or a woman, I got you ladies. Okay. If you look at a man or a woman's schedule, you can tell how much money they're making. Wow. It's their schedule. And I have these friends who are still, I remember when I was so time poor, I had time poverty. I didn't respect time. I didn't schedule time. I would just like call my business associates up and just like talk to them randomly. Now I would never even fathom doing that because that's such an interruption. I schedule everything in advance. I'm going to show you the tools that I use to have my whole day scheduled out so that if somebody wants to talk to us, they can just book a link. And I mean, it's just so important. Reaching big cash flow goals and big dreams. Like if you have small dreams,
strategic.
Yeah, if you have small dreams, you don't need to come to this thing because you'll make them on your own. But if you have like big dreams, you're trying to hit really big outcomes. It's not easy. It takes time, takes a lot of effort. So that's what we're going to teach is we're going to help people who are just like worn out. They're running around. They're not making huge gains. We're going to show you how to really fast track your results for 2020, the year of clarity.
Max, I want to ask you for my rounduppers. I'm dying to know. Did you do this checklist when you were thinking about hanging out with your boy?
Which boy? You?
Yes.
Well, I had it. Yeah. I mean, no. Oh, did I think that you needed it?
No, I'm saying I know I need it, but I'm just saying obviously you and I are a new opportunity, right? I mean, we are quote unquote new opportunities
Oh,
hanging out.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So did you do this thing with us too to say that boom, 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 boom?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm honored. I made the cut.
Yeah. But it's
That's
like it
cool.
should be, because honestly, like if you didn't, then like the reason would be, okay, if you didn't, then that means that I would really need to be serving my time elsewhere. And
Yeah,
it's like it's really important, like wherever you are, to be there 100%.
I
Like right
agree.
now, I'm with you and the Roundup family. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not anywhere else. And like so many times, Jim Rome said it best, very famous philosopher. If you haven't read his books, he's amazing.
Oh yeah.
You like him, right?
Oh yes. Got everything. I got everything he got.
I like him. And he says, people are always in the wrong place. When they're at work,
Be
their
at work.
mind is on home,
Vacation. Yeah.
and then when they're at home, their mind is on work, so it's the opportunity filter is all about figuring out where you need to be right now. What's the best opportunity for you and your family? And then we got a bunch of bonuses too that we're going to give away. I have these tools. I can't use them all myself. I'm going to give them to the Rounduppers for free who stay all the way to the end of the webinar. And if you miss it, it's going to be sad face for you. Sad.
So the name, I know you're talking about, you're going to go over, diagnose three reasons our cash flow is not where we want it to be. But is there a title to the book that you're going to give my audience?
Yeah. So the first thing we'll have is a downloadable opportunity filter. So we're going to go through it on the call. I'm going to teach you how to use it. It's really easy to use. And when you do, you're going to want to just basically print out a copy and just keep it with you in your back pocket and just have it ready to go. I'm also going to get people an opportunity to get a copy of my new book, the Net Profit Workbook. Okay. It's 7 steps to your most profitable year.
That's the one I need right there.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. Well, this is normally retails for $97 on Amazon, and it's doing great. Because let's face it, if you can change a big thing in your business from going through the questions in here, I mean, it's going to be worth a lot more than that. But I'm going to offer it to your Rounduppers who get to the call early and stay till the very end. I'm going to give a special link only for the people at the end, not in the show notes. And they can get a copy of it for free. They just cover shipping and handling. So it's really cheap. And Kate, my assistant, will ship it to you. And I've got another bonus. So raise your hand if you want monthly cash flow, recurring revenue.
Continuity,
right?
Yeah. Yes.
So I've got a template. Okay. It's a blueprint, 9 different ways to add monthly cash flow to any business. So many times, like I'll tell you this just from my own experience. 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, I started out with my profit coach, local person, kind of uses like the profit first formula. If you've heard of that book, that framework, it's a good, basically what it talks about is it's like before you start planning out your expenses, you start, you figure out like what profit you want to make first. And then that's why it's called profit first. So like you figure out how much profit you want to make. And then you set a budget for your expenses. You don't just like spend money and then just like hope money's left over at the end.
Gotcha.
That's what I was doing when I started flipping houses. I flipped over 100 houses in like 3 years in Dallas, Fort Worth. I had, team that was helping me. I got to the end of the year. I didn't have a lot of money. I paid myself.
And no time, no doubt.
Well, it's just all messed up. And you know what, Chris? I wouldn't have it any other way. It's a progression. So this book, what we're going to teach is like all the mistakes that I made. And I'm just going to help your Roundupper. So if they're brand new, awesome, because they're going to get like started on a way better footing. And if they're existing and they think they've got everything, if you've got everything figured out, don't show up because you're not coachable. And I can't help you, and Chris can't help you, and nobody can help you. But if you're coachable and you're open to new ideas, like it took a lot of like guts, honestly, for me to like really get back into the Bible, because I thought that, I don't know, I had all these, like, I was kind of closed-minded about the word. And then I guess I just prayed for an open mind.
Yeah.
And then it opened my mind and just says, it's okay to trust others. It's okay to trust God, even if you can't see him right in front of your face, and just, be open to this. And it's like the same thing in your business too. You have to be open to learn and try new information. And so if that's you, that's what we're going to teach. And I'm going to point you to some resources, and you can leave your credit card at home. It's free. Just show up. I mean, I do trainings all over the nation, and people pay a lot to come to them. But for the round-uppers, this one's on me.
It's weird how we met. I'm just like, I think it was destiny that we had dinner, and then I got the chance to just learn a little bit about you, and further notice that you're in real estate. Then I open up the magazine and boom, you're right there. Just Max, you all around, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, what's going on with Fido?
I think somebody just showed up. 1 second.
Uh-oh. Okay, hey, I'll take it from here. What's happening? Hit me up with some questions. Do we got questions here? You're in the show. Everyone can see and you hear you. Well, how many people are we talking about here? Hey, if you guys got any questions, Q&A, be more than happy to help you. I'm going to just kind of share a little bit about what we're going to cover in the training. So let's see what's up here. Oh, it went pretty good. Hey, we just had like 100 new people subscribe, Chris.
What'd you say?
It went great. We just had like 100 new people subscribe.
Oh, okay.
That's Way to go. Thanks for telling your friends. Hey, share this with your friends if you're already a subscriber, because we're going to talk about stuff, like I said, that is very few people are talking about, and it's super important. So if there's somebody like you, if there's somebody you hate, well, it says in here you're supposed to love your enemies. So send them a share. And then if it's somebody that you love, you got the heart of love, you got to send this to them, because this could save somebody's life. That could save their business or their marriage. I mean, there's a lot on the line. But all of this, it's just, we're going to roll it up. We're going to make it simple for you guys.
Here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm like, for me, Max, I've been doing this forever. I feel like, we buy and sell houses in our sleep. I got one today.
Mm-hmm.
And I still got my ears open to you, bro. So I'm like, what?
That was nice. You too. Yeah. When I met you, I couldn't believe it. Everybody knows who you are. Nobody knows who I am. I'm kind of a late bloomer. I'm changing that, but yeah, I was glad to meet you, and I like to serve and help others. I used to be a math teacher at an inner city school, and every year they would ask me, I did good at it. I really put my heart into it. I think anything that you put your heart into, you can be really good at.
Even if it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just do it. Put your heart into it. If you do that right, from my experience, man, it'll make room for you. Whatever it is you know how to do, your gift will make room for you.
It will. Oh, I like the way you said that. Your gift will make room for you. I got to write that down. Okay.
I stole that from ET.
That's awesome. Okay, cool.
But it works for me.
Hey, it worked. But yeah, so that's where we're at but yeah, just be 100% all in with whatever that you are doing. And if you're running a business, and you're running a real estate business, and last year wasn't, the year that you wanted it to be, so like, don't despair. But the number one, successful people have mastery of three things. They have mastery of time, they have mastery of like value, and relationships. Wow. And so this is all about, this is really all three, but it's especially about time. We're going to show you how. We're going to let you fill in the information, you answer the questions, and then you're going to get to decide where to invest your time, not spend time. That's what people who are poor their whole life do, is they spend. We want you to invest your time.
A writer downer.
Can you imagine a better thing to invest than your time?
I cannot.
Where's the comments? Come on. I want to talk to people.
Oh, they're not. Well,
hey,
I didn't.
Well, please. Hey, real quick, inner city school. I like to help people, right? I like to teach. And here's what I wanted to say real quick. Every year they would ask me, they'd say, okay, well, what classes do you want to teach? I taught algebra. And they say, do you want to teach like the kids who are struggling hard, or do you want to teach the kids who are, like just kind of in the middle, or do you want to teach the kids who are like going to Princeton and stuff? And I knew the right answer was, I was supposed to say the kids who are like going to, pre-AP and all that stuff and Princeton. Not like I'm a hater of kids who are doing good at math. Those kids, they would like teach themselves, and I love them, but I liked working with the kids who are struggling. I liked working with the kids who are 2 years behind. They had kids, and we had a lot in common. And, and like, I like working with those kids who are struggling and really like being their cheerleader and their advocate and giving them that support, and it worked.
Flaming them up.
And so if you guys are like, if you're coming into this year like in just like nervous, because there's like real talk, and then there's like what in your heart, and like this is going to be a place where we're going to like share like what's really going on, and we're going to leave a lot of time at the end for questions. Justin, my new friend, my new Bible friend. I don't have that many Bible friends, so I can use a couple. Hit me up. Okay.
Justin got that
I'm on
one.
Facebook. I'm into this now. Like everything.
Me too.
Okay, here we go. Gifts
1816. You're right in there.
Yeah. That's on the page I'm at. Gifts. Look, I got a tab there.
What?
Yeah, gifts clear the way for people winning access to the great. So, Chris, do you remember when I told you at dinner? You had a bunch of drinks, so you probably don't remember. Oh, there's a chat. We're not supposed to do that either. I read about that. I gave that up. I gave up alcohol. I'm proud of that because it wasn't helping me.
It doesn't help at all.
But it's weird, in the Bible, and I am not a theologian, but I'm kind of interested in studying this because I think it's all here. And I've been reading it every day. It says like in one place where it's like if you give gifts, then you get access to like wise people. But then it also says in one area, like don't just like give gifts to try to get access to people,
From the heart.
Yeah. So and only you know what's in your heart and God. So you have to be real careful. And he doesn't like it when you lie. But thanks for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
20 minutes now, Max. Why, for my rounduppers, that people that may not know you, from my viewers?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm an okay guy. I passed the background check.
Yeah, I know you passed.
I was at a school.
Huh?
I was a school teacher, so I passed my background check.
I've scanned you out. I've already cleaned you, but just tell my rounduppers, why in the hell do they need to listen to you, Max? So what makes you so important? What makes your word, your message? Because just like the $100 bill and the $1 bill, they occupy the same space, but they got a different message. So what makes your message different, Max?
Well, one of my gifts is that I have dyslexia. And I didn't know that I had it until I was about 35, but I always struggled to read, and school came really hard for me. And then I would like really pour it on and do good. And I major in finance and I did good and all that, but I just never really like achieved my dreams. And then I think just the Lord came in and helped me and said, real estate is what I want you to do. And one of the things I found is that a lot of my other friends have dyslexia too. And one of the things that they're able to do, your brain just works a little differently. What I'm able to do, and it's weird because I didn't know this was like a symptom of dyslexia, but I've always been able to do this. I've always been able to take really complicated subjects and simplify them into a way that like anybody can understand.
Make them bite-sized, chew them up so they can swallow it.
Yeah, make it really like easy to understand. So that's my value to y'all, is that I read. It was one book a week, but now it's two. So I read a lot. And I want to tell you,
me reading more too, Max.
That's a superpower, people. Working more doesn't compare to what you can do when you read. And here's the funny part, Chris, is I was looking at my library, and I used to be, pretty happy about it. And like, I liked how much progress I've made, especially since I only read 7 books for the first 35 years of my life. So I was really proud of like the 150 books that I'm looking at over here. Mm-hmm. And then when I looked at it, Chris, I really thought about it.
Not enough.
Not even close. And that's why I'm a squid in a lot of areas. And I am not an expert in pay-per-click, and I'm not an expert in SEO. And I laid out all my marketing books. And one, there wasn't enough of them. And two, the areas that I'm really like weak on, it's the books that I haven't read yet. And so we have to.
There's a big challenge with that though, Max, because it's changing every day. The internet changes so much.
Well, but books don't. And that's the power of them, is that you can write a book. Like when I wrote my first book, my coach told me, great job, because now that you've written this book, this knowledge is going to be able to pass on to hands and people for many, many years, and many years after even I'm not on the planet anymore.
Yeah,
let's leave that legacy. But books, what's changing, Chris, is that folks are really distracted by their phones and they can't concentrate. But if you can concentrate, you can produce things that are really valuable in the marketplace. Yep. And so Everybody I talked to that was way ahead of me when I got involved in masterminds read a lot. And so I thought there must be something to that. And I just got with a dyslexia coach. I mean, if I'm dyslexic and it's like really hard to read, if you don't have a learning disability, like what's your excuse?
I'm telling you. And even though for my end, people that look like me used to get murdered for reading. So I'm like, man, why wouldn't I cut the TV off and read?
Well, the TV, they hire psychologists to really try to entice you to not. And that's what's going on, people, is like, these like Facebook, like I can't even get on there. When I was a broke teacher, I was going through Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University. Thumbs up if anybody here, Rounduppers, have heard of that. And I had like, I don't remember, like 30 grand in credit card debts. We ended up paying it off. It took like 4 years. Yeah, it was a lot. And but anyways, I guess where I was going with that was, like I couldn't go to Walmart because I would always end up with like a couple extra things in my basket. And I was in a budget and a place in my life where a couple other things in the basket, that don't work. My wife was working at our church. I was working as a public school teacher, and the public school teachers don't make as much down here in Texas. I know up there it's a lot more, but
I know this was, your income tax is different down there. Your state income tax is different structure, right?
Yeah. Like I was making like 54,000 a year with like a master's degree, teacher of the year, 7 years experience.
Oh.
And that was the highest paying school district in our area by a landslide. Like one of my relatives was working in like a smaller country school, and she had like the same credentials, even more experience. And she was only making like 38,000 a year.
That's sad, man.
So even without state, and like Oklahoma, I did real estate deals up there. Like some of these places, even worse. They're barely making minimum wage.
So Max, you're going to help us with that Thursday at 2:00 right here on my YouTube channel.
Yeah. Tune in, people. I'm going to hook you up like a tow truck.
I'm just honored, Max, that you would take time out for me, man. I'm here to tell you, bro. I've just been looking you up. Like, you've done a lot.
Oh, thanks. Well, like I said, he helps me. It's all in here. I haven't read it all. But the bottom line is, I thought it was at 3:00.
Is it 3:00?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's your show,
Max.
I don't know all the rules. I'm not on camera a lot. I'm just here in my office reading and doing real estate.
Hold on.
And writing books. Well, my team does it now. I want to shout out some props to Kate if you're listening.
It is 3:00, Max.
Yeah, Mac, love you. Thanks to all my team. Coach Benson, Hearts, everybody in my mastermind. What's up?
I killed you on this wrong time.
That's all right.
Sorry, Rounduppers. So 3:00. Well, if they come at 2:00, they'll see the thing. 3:00.
We'll send something out to y'all, but seriously, pass it around, because I want to here's the deal. It's not about me. It's just like, if I'm here, I want to share this message with as many people who are interested. But we are going to be breaking bread and multiplying loaves of bread and making wine out of water. I mean, it's going to be real talk, business. Think fast, drink some coffee, because I'm all like, relax. Chris, you really helped me like lower my blood pressure. I appreciate that. Like you've got that soothing voice and it's so rich and stuff. Like I want you to do my audible, because your voice is amazing. Mine is like kind of nasally. You're like, hey, what's happening? I love it. And you're smart too. So, but anyway, so we're going to be there, but get focused. Come and check us out. And don't be late. You've been late all year. Where did that get you? Chris, I gotta close with this. I'm sorry. I don't want it to be a monologue. Can I just say one more thing?
Go, Max.
My coach told me, my coach is from Africa. He's a genius. And he was a pastor of churches, and he would walk 3 hours each way to pastor churches. He was in Cameroon, and he didn't have, a lot of money, obviously. He was just kind of coming up. And then he got over to the US and studied here, and now he's doing great. But what he told me is that countries that are very poor, they don't wear watches, and they don't focus on their time. They don't put value on their time. And I was late to places. I was always trying to fit too much into my day. And I was always like 5 minutes late, 6 minutes late, 10 minutes late. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late. And my coach said, you know what? If you keep doing that, you're never going to be successful. And And I was late to like stuff for a while for him. And he said, if you're late, like I'm just going to start like charging you $100 when you don't turn your stuff in on time.
Wow.
And then I learned, and he's right. And so it's really important to get control of your time, because otherwise you're going to be on somebody else's schedule. And if you're on somebody else's schedule, it's going to be really hard to hit your goals. And I want to help. I'm on a mission to help 1 million people across the world hit their goals. And I'm using it through the tools that I'm developing and the teaching and the curriculum. And so it's just a blessing to be able to teach your group. And if you guys feel like it's interesting, share it. And we're trying to get 1,000 people on there on Thursday. So anything you can do to help spread the word would be amazing. I'll do everything in my power to make it awesome.
You are, Max. You are, man. So roundupers, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Your boy, sorry about that. I was thinking about because you're an hour behind me.
3 p. Tell the boss you got to go.
3 p.m. Eastern Standard. And we're going to have Max Keller talking about solving my cash flow issues. Roundup.
Yep.
I don't have cash flow problems. I'm doing this because I could feel the spirit from Max. Loves to share, likes to have fun, loves helping people. I could tell when we had dinner that time.
Yeah, that's so nice. Thank you.
Okay, roundupers, thank you so much. Anything else, Max?
Man, TNT and dynamite. Let's go. Get ready. Get there early. And no, I mean, I'm excited. I can't wait to help and serve. And I'm gonna go through it really quick because I want to leave a lot of time for questions. So make sure to here's what I want y'all to think about. If you're on right now and you're listening, it's like, okay, what do I need to bring to the show? You need to get there early, bring your thinking cap, something to write with, and then just be thinking about like, what is the number one like challenge that you're facing this year? And then we're going to invest some time trying to vet out what that really is, what the root cause is, and how this opportunity filter can solve your cash flow problem so that you can make 2020 the year of freedom for you and your family.
Nice. You know what I'll do? Roundup. I'll put a link in the video description of this video. Matter of fact, I will do that right after this. It'll be in the video description below, Max. I need a sexy picture too of you so I can put your beautiful smile up there. Yeah. Roundup. Link will be in the video. I love you. I'll see you Thursday, 2 p.m. if not before.
Unless I get hit by a bus, I'll be there.
All right. Peace.